your pastor. Many who struggle with the sin of withholding are in spiritual communities. As someone who's been trained as a pastor, I have an MDiv, okay, I have a bachelor's in pastoral ministry. I get that. I've been an associate pastor and not received any counseling around sexual issues, marriage issues, or especially the sin of withholding. The issue with this pastor or the spiritual leader, they may not understand the sin of withholding concept or intimacy anorexia. I have pastors suggest that since they didn't have any sex outside of marriage, that the spouse should continue to accept the neglect and abuse of withholding indefinitely, even if they were completely sexless and not keeping any of the wedding vows. I've also had a room full of pastors tell a wife to divorce one of the pastors on their staff because their husband was so neglectful, so anorexic, and so negligent. Okay, they consider that grounds to be divorced. You can see the big continuum there. Now, you can educate your pastors and your spiritual leaders on this sin of withholding and intimacy anorexia so that they can intelligently understand what you're talking about, so that you can feel understood. And if you are a pastor and you've watched this entire DVD, first, I commend you for loving one of your sheep so much that you spent this time with me. And if you have any legitimate questions, you can give us a call at my office or send me an email. I love pastors, been a pastor, and I know that I have to continually grow and learn, so I thank you for stretching on this. But I think you can see the biblical foundation that withholding is a sin. And as a pastor, you can help heal that and help the person who is sinning be accountable and get them accountability inside your church or in one of our groups if you need to be. The journey to heal is possible. I've seen thousands heal and recover from the sin of withholding. Like every other sin, Christ has not only paid the price, but it has been given us the grace and the power to overcome this sin. I feel if we can be of service to you, we want to be that, and I want to give you hope that the sin of withholding does not have to control your life. You have the power to overcome this. You have the power to have a great relationship. You have the power to die to yourself. You have the power to have the biggest, open, loving heart that God has given to man. You can walk this out, okay? And if you're married to someone who chooses recovery and walk through that, we'll walk with you together on that if you need support and help on that, okay? And if you have someone who chooses not to get better, that's not about you. That's about them. And you'll need support as you walk through that. But I encourage you to go for it. Accept the grace of God to overcome this and be a blessing to your spouse, to your family, and back to your church, because there's a lot of people suffering with this, and we need your help to help them.